Hey, what's going on? Rob from Boulevard Sound, and today we're going to be cooking, in my opinion, a very overrated dish from the depths of Southeast Asia, straight out of Indonesia. We are cooking Nasi Rawon, and it is absolutely not to be missed. So stay tuned for some nice, hearty, spicy soup coming up. So first up, guys, just a bit of a disclaimer because, if you haven't really cooked this before, chances are you might not know some of the things about the ingredients. So I don't want anyone to die or get intoxicated, so I will let you know that it does have some interesting ingredients. Black nut over here, this is rehydrated black nut. If you're in Melbourne, like me, there's only one place I know that you can get it, which is some Southeast Asian grocery store in South Yarra. So just Google Southeast Asian grocery in South Yarra if you're looking for that. And there is also some candle nut here, which is a little bit more common in Melbourne. Yes, these two ingredients are highly alkaline and contain cyanide. So in no way, shape or form do you ingest these raw, because I do not want to be held responsible for any deaths. Anyway, so once you cook those, all those compounds will disappear, so they'll be safe to eat. Moving on, so we've got turmeric, fresh turmeric, we got fresh ginger, fresh galangal, and we got some kaffir lime leaves. We have, obviously, some beautiful lemongrass and garlic, wow, and fresh chili. Now, one of the key things about this dish is that the more fresh stuff you've got, the better it's going to be. It's generally the case with a lot of Southeast Asian cuisine, but that's just how it rolls. Unfortunately, I couldn't get fresh black nut, but we're in Melbourne. And next up, we've also got some freshly grated, what do you want to call this? Palm sugar, straight off the palm. And I've got a nice freshly ground cup of coriander seeds, black pepper and white pepper over here. And got about 10 red shallots and some condiments over here for later. But this is a nice beef brisket. You want to look at using a nice sort of fatty cut. Beef brisket's the most common to use from what I've observed with Nasi Rawon. So the first step will be to basically boil up the beef for about 4 hours. It's better to do it in the pressure cooker, but I'm just going to be doing it with little pressure for about 4 hours and a little bit of bicarb soda just to help soften it up a bit. And then after that's sort of started getting to the end of that stage, we'll start cooking up the paste, getting ready to get into the real deal. So just another thing, guys, I haven't actually mentioned every single ingredient yet, so just stay tuned and make sure you concentrate on what I'm talking about here. But I'm going to start off with a little bit of baking soda into the water. So just maybe about a tablespoon, not crazy. Just chuck it in. Cool. That's pretty crazy. And then we're going to just chuck the meat in. Oh. And she's in. So that's going to cook for about 4 hours. And now we're going to go off to make this paste, show you what it's done. Okay, so the next step, guys, is to make the paste. So there's sort of numerous ways that people start the paste off, but I sort of just start with the shallots. So chuck all the shallots into a food processor. Now, guys, if you don't have a food processor, I for most of my life didn't have one, but my girlfriend introduced me to one and it has changed my life. So thank you. But if you're looking for a food processor, I actually highly recommend this one here from Sunbeam. It's really cheap and it's better than a lot of the more expensive ones. So go get it. Next up, after we put the shallots in there, I'm going to add the candle nuts as well, and the garlic and the ginger, and the turmeric and the galangal. It's all going in, and 2 nice fat chilies. I was gonna go 3, but I have a habit of making my food too spicy, so I'm putting 2 this time. And of course the black nut as well. So I'm gonna scoop it out of the water and just sort of add it in. And this will be actually what will be, this is sort of like the foundation of this dish. It's really what is actually flavoring the whole thing. So yeah, just chuck it in. You can put some water in there. Don't put too much because you'll get a lot of water coming out of the shallots as well. So just chuck it all in and then maybe even just give it a bit of a douse. Cool. So now we're gonna put the lid on. Let's hope that I find the right way to put it on. How good's that? And then cool. Probably do a bit more water. And even chuck in a little bit of peanut oil. Why not? Yeah, just to like thicken it up a little bit. Plus, no, I'm pretty sure you put oil in this anyway. And then yeah. Alright guys, so off to the next step now. So it hasn't actually been 4 hours. It's not always going to take 4 hours to boil up some beef. So it's been about 2.5 hours and the beef has come along really well. So half the water's boiled away, which is pretty good. And we've got this nice fatty sort of like broth going on. And the meat is super soft. So that's exactly what we want. So that's looking good. But now what we're going to do is take a look at the paste. Now, as you saw before, we're sitting around looking at this thing grinding up for a while. You do want it looking pretty mixed up. So let's pour it in here, just so you guys can have a look. So we do have our paste ready to go. So we're going to throw that in. It's already got a little bit of oil in there, so you don't really need to add oil. If you feel the need to add more, go for it. But we're going to start with the paste. Actually, no, you know what? We're going to start with the lemongrass. Actually, I've smashed the 3 lemongrasses with this hammer. So yeah, just smash them up. They say to tie them up, so I'm going to attempt to do that. No, there's no way, they're too short. So just throw them in. Throw them in. And you're going to throw in your lime leaves as well. And your bay leaves. Throw it all in, and then you throw in your paste, just like that. Then I'm going to get my wooden spoon, and now turn the heat nice and low, because what's going to happen here is you're going to want to make sure that you cook away the toxic composition of the cyanide, but you want to get it cooking to a point where you're sort of happy with the aromatics. The moment you're happy with the aromatics is the moment you should be start adding some of the broth in from the beef. It's just no second guessing here, really. The moment you love it, how it smells is the moment you stop. Because more often than not, in the past, I thought, oh, it needs a little bit more. No, it's not like that. It's just very moment thing with this type of dish, So already that's starting to smell pretty good, but give that a little bit more, Now turn the heat up a little bit. Low there. But yeah, just get that going. Get all the flavors mixed up. And yeah, boil away that cyanide, I guess. Alright, so some of the aromatics are starting to come through now. And yeah, like that lemongrass is punching through, and I'm starting to lose some of that earthiness and bitterness of the black nut. So that's the direction we want to go in. Make sure you're not getting any like charred smells and stuff. That's probably a sign you've gone a little bit too far. But yeah, it's coming along. We're pretty close now. A little bit more, and we can start adding that broth in there, and you'll start seeing where this is going. Okay guys, it's been about 10 minutes or so, maybe even a little bit longer. I've been stirring this attentively, and we're about there now. So it smells very fragrant, smells good, doesn't smell like it's charring or anything like that. So we're going to slowly start adding in this brothola. Here goes the broth. Okay, so slowly just start off a little bit, just chuck it in. Moisten it up. Now don't worry about the meat yet, but yeah. Cool. Wow, look at that. Okay, so yeah, just give it a little stir. Cool. Let's turn the heat up a little bit. So we've got some nice beef broth going on in there. Nice. Looking great. Alright, so that's sizzled a little bit, so I'm just going to add the rest of the broth with the meat. Chuck it all in, and what we're going to do, we're pretty much just going to get that reducing. Oh no, we're going to add a little bit of water as well and have that reducing until it's like sort of slimy and aromatic. That's the goal with this soup, is that you don't want it watery, but you want it kind of slimy. You don't want it thick either. It is still going to be a soup, but yeah, as the Indonesians say, a good Nasi Rawon is aromatic and slimy. Alright, so we got the water in and it's looking pretty good. It's you want it on low heat, like sort of low medium sort of heat, nothing crazy, kind of looking like that. And we're going to add a little bit of water in so that this bad boy can do its cook. That looks about right. Maybe just a little. Yeah, that's good. And let that's going to reduce a little bit. So that water you added, you're basically going to reduce that a little bit, and eventually start to get a little bit slimy again. You can already see the fats, you know, sort of floating around. That's what you want. It's one of the epic features of Nasi Rawon. But yes. Alright guys, so we've got this boiling now, and it's moving along. It's been sitting here for about, I don't know, like 10 minutes or something, 15 minutes, and yeah, it's coming along. It's smelling pretty good. So we're going to add some of the stuff that goes into this at this point in time. So I've got that pre-mix ground up coriander seed, white pepper and black pepper in here. Don't think I'm going to add all of it because I don't want to overpower it with this, but let's just eyeball it. That's what you do with this type of food. So that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit more. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll add a little bit more later if I have to, but that's already, I can already smell that. And then we're going to add in the palm sugar, whack it in. You can be a little bit more liberal with this. You can actually chuck quite a bit of this stuff in and really notice the difference. And but if you don't chuck it in, of course you will notice the difference. And then we're going to add in just a tiny bit of cumin. Now I'm telling you guys, just really be easy on this stuff, because this ingredient can be the difference between no food and food for the night. So, well, I guess you would have other food in your pantry, but just a pinch, because yeah, maybe just there we go, in there. Just a small pinch, because yeah, this stuff really change a dish, but just a little bit. And that's good. And then we'll stir it up. Get all the flavors in there. And already, yep, that's just like magnified it already. So yeah, this is awesome. Whoa, I almost forgot. Chicken stock. I know, how weird, right? But it's not. So yeah, about a tablespoon, just roughly a tablespoon, yeah, just about something like this. Just slap it in, as everyone likes to say, slapping food into the pot. Yeah, so she's in, and yeah, a bit more. I reckon, you know, you're already starting to see some reduction there. You're getting that line there, but man, I just can't wait now. Far out, dude. Okay, guys. So I've next step. I've actually chucked 5 eggs to boil. There is eggs in this dish, but if you come closer to the soup, we're actually pretty much done. So it's looking pretty greasy. It's looking pretty like, you know, look at that, beauty. That's slimy and it's looking good. It just looks the part. So I had a bit of a taste test and it requires a little bit of salt. So chuck in a bit of a punch of salt. Don't be scared. Not too much, but you know, something like that. And then we're going to start with some of the condiments. So chuck the leek in. So a bit of leek. Something like that. Yummo. And I'll even chuck in, not all, but some of the spring onion. The spring onion's awesome. So a bit of spring onion while those eggs are finishing off. Alright, and we're actually done. And guess what? It's the best Nasi Rawon I've ever made. I mean, what's the chances of that? But check it out, dude. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's totally sick. I just taste tested it before and my brains nearly blew out of my ears. But what we're gonna do is do a little bit of condimentation. So check it out. I got some spicy chili salt from Bali. Very lucky to have this. So we're gonna add some of this to the eggs because it goes so well on the eggs. So just put it on like that. Yummo. Like that. Then we're gonna put some of this in the bowl. Like this. Grab whatever, doesn't really matter. Just chuck it in. Like so. Grab some of that soup. And it smells, wow. Like, look, if you're feeling jealous right about now, I understand. It's, I felt that way before. Every time I wake up in the morning and wish I just had a bowl of Nasi Rawon on my bedside table. Yeah. And so now you've got that. So you want to add a little bit of, you'll add the eggs, you know, next to the rice. You can even chuck one in here if you want, like that. Maybe a couple of halves. But yeah, chuck a couple next to the eggs. And then, you know, finish it off with a little bit of spring onion on the top like this. And some raw shallots, why not? Just a little bit of, you know, raw power like this. Not too much, because, you know, it's raw onion. And then you want to chuck on some fried shallots. This, you all know you can never skimp on this stuff. But yeah, chuck that in like that. And of course, you've got the classic sambal. Now, there's like never-ending list of sambals out there. I'm always forever trying to figure out which one is the one I like when I actually get it done from an Indonesian person. But the ones I have got in the fridge didn't do it for me, so I've found this one. It smells better. So this one's sambal belacan or belacan. And so yeah, just chuck it on the side, like so. Oh, it's right under there. So chuck it on the side, like that. It smells a bit, you know. And then, of course, some shoots over the top of the sauce, soup, like so. And even if you like, these are not the right shoots over here. There's these like more like half sort of germinating shoots. You're supposed to have different types, but we'll use these ones for today, like that. That's done. That is done. And we're gonna have a bit of a taste test. And you know, because you know, last time apparently my end result, you know, wasn't like good. I didn't show anyone what the dish looked like. But now I'm actually showing you, and I'll even put it in my mouth and give you a bit of an expression. Hey guys. The moment you've all been waiting for, the taste test. And we've got Crystal here trying it out to absolutely witness the beauty of it. So I'll let you go first. Maybe get a bit of rice in there with it and let me know what you think. And some egg, and the egg's already in there.
So how do I do this?
Yeah, just scoop some rice and some chili or whatever you like and put it in. Yeah, a bit of that, a bit of this.
And dip it in
Yeah,
here?
dip it in and eat it.
There's got to be an easier way to eat this.
Oh, with your mouth.
That's good.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. There you have it, guys. That's all you need to know. Nah, there's more going on than that. I have to try it now. And let me tell you.
I got a huge mouth of chili.
Wow. Holy cow. Wow. I wish I could just cook this every day. Now, we're using lobster crackers here, not prawn crackers. We thought we'd, you know, go a little bit more crazy with it. Oh, Crystal's dying from the chili, but I'm not. Now, the final taste test, of course, is it's not a taste test until it's poured in your mouth.
Shot for the boys.
You should try eating Nasi Rawon like that sometimes. Oh, and by the way, I decided to add some sambal bakso as well, because the sambal belacan or belacan was doing it, but I think, yeah, I was right the first time. But yeah, that's it for us today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more mystical dishes from around the world. And yeah, take it easy. Now, while I'm out here sweating now and totally enjoying this, well, I just wanted to reiterate how freaking good it is. I'm actually shocked. It's amazing. But I also wanted to say that I actually forgot to put tamarind paste. I don't know if everyone does that, but I actually forgot to do it. And I didn't even realize until now. And I can't tell. It tastes great. So honestly, you'll win either way if you follow my instructions. But anyway, guys, enjoy your night.